The first time Alex saw her, she was crawling through the rain, dragging one broken leg behind her. It was night, cold, wet. The forest smelled like dead leaves and wet earth. Clouds covered the moon, and the sky rumbled with thunder. Alex was only out there because his truck had died on the roadside, and his phone had no signal. He had seen something strange from the road, like metal shining under the trees. Curious and needing shelter, he walked toward it. He wasn't ready for what he found. First, it looked like a sick animal. Small body, silver skin. For legs, long tail, large glowing eyes, like two blue lanterns in the dark. It didn't growl. It didn't run. It just looked at him, then started crawling toward him. Alex froze. Rain poured down harder, but he couldn't move. The creature whimpered. A sad, soft sound, like a child crying in its sleep. It reached him, and then, to Alex's shock, it grabbed his wrist gently with one thin limb. The skin was smooth, cold, alive. He should have pulled away. He should have screamed, but he didn't. The creature looked into his eyes with something that felt human. Fear, pain, hope, tugged on his arm. Weakly. Then again. Urgent now. You want me to follow? He said, confused. The creature tugged harder. It was limping. It was hurt, but it still pulled him through the trees, deeper into the woods. Alex hesitated, but something inside him whispered, "Go!" They moved fast. The rain never stopped. Thunder cracked above them. The forest was full of shadows. The creature was breathing hard now, almost collapsing, but it kept pulling. Finally, they reached a clearing. Alex saw what the creature had been leading him to, and his heart stopped. There was a giant body lying in the mud, at least 7 feet tall, muscles like armor, strange black plates covering its chest and arms. The skin was dark gray. Its face had hard ridges, sharp edges, and 2 red eyes half open in pain. Blood, deep violet, spilled from its side. The creature let go of Alex and ran to the alien's side, crying softly. Alex stepped forward slowly. The alien looked half dead, but it turned its head, slowly, toward Alex. One of its hands moved. Inside it, something glowed. A crystal the size of a coin, pulsing like a heartbeat. Alex couldn't breathe. His chest felt tight. The alien spoke. Its voice was like metal scraping stone, low, deep, and cracked with pain. "You are the one," it said. "What?" Alex whispered. "You were seen in the mirror star. You are the last link." Alex didn't understand. His hands were shaking. The alien lifted the crystal toward him. The creature nudged Alex forward. He stepped closer and took it. The moment his fingers touched the crystal, his vision exploded. He was no longer in the forest. He was standing in the middle of a war. Flaming skies, black ships tearing through clouds, armies of strange aliens fighting below, explosions, screams, blood. He saw the tall alien again, strong, commanding, roaring orders to his troops. Then, Alex saw himself, in armor, with glowing weapons, standing beside the alien leader, fighting, shouting, saving lives. The memory vanished. Alex fell back into the mud, gasping. The alien was dying. Its breathing was weak now. "You must carry the memory, the blood, the truth," it whispered. Alex looked at the crystal in his hand. Its glow was fading. "I don't know what this is," he said. "Why me?" The alien smiled, just a little. "Because you were chosen before you were born." Then it closed its eyes and stopped breathing. Silence. Only the rain. The creature, still beside the alien, let out one long, broken cry. Then, she walked over to Alex and sat beside him. Not as a pet, not as a beast, but like a guardian. Alex sat there in the cold mud, holding the crystal, his thoughts spinning. He had no idea what just happened, but he knew one thing for sure. This was not the end. This was the beginning. Alex did not sleep that night. He sat in his small garage, wrapped in a blanket, staring at the glowing crystal in his hand. Rain still hit the roof. The forest was far behind him now, but his mind was still there, with the dead alien, and the creature that had brought him to it. She was there too. The strange pet creature now sat by the door. She didn't move much. Her breathing was slow, her eyes half closed. But whenever Alex looked away, he could feel her gaze on him. He didn't even know what to call her, but she had saved him. That was clear. He looked back at the crystal. It was warm. It pulsed like a small heart. Alex remembered the war he saw, the ships, the fire, the other version of himself, strong, powerful, leading armies beside the alien leader. It felt real, too real. But how? Was it a dream? A memory? A lie? He touched the crystal again. A soft hum filled the room. A small blue light floated above the crystal. Then a voice. Calm. Soft. Female. Warlord's blood recognized. Memory protocol unlocked. Alex sat straight. Wait. What? Welcome, inheritor. This crystal holds the last legacy of General Vale, guardian of the 10 Suns, defender of the last flame. You carry his code. I carry what? You are part of him. His seed was hidden on Earth. You are its result. Alex's hands trembled. Are you saying I'm not human? You are human, but not only human. The light spun faster. Images flashed in front of him. In the air, like a hologram, he saw a map of stars. Thousands of them. One of them blinked red. Earth. The enemy followed him here, but the general hid his mind inside you. You are the last. Alex stood up. His head spun. This can't be real. Suddenly, the creature by the door growled. A soft noise came from outside. Alex froze. He walked to the window and peeked out. Something was moving in the dark. A shape. Silent. Metallic. It had no eyes. No mouth. But it had sharp legs. Like a spider. And it was scanning the ground. The creature inside barked. Loud. Angry. The spider thing turned its head toward the house. Alex pulled the curtain shut. What the hell is that? Enemy drone. The voice from the crystal said. It followed the activation signal. It's here to erase you. Erase me. Destroy you. You hold the Warlord's key. The enemy cannot allow you to live. The drone crawled closer. Alex looked at the crystal. Then at the pet. She stood now, limbs ready, her body low like a guard dog. He had no weapons, no armor, no help, just a small alien pet and a glowing rock full of war memories. The drone slammed into the door. Alex ran back and grabbed the toolbox. He held up a wrench like a sword. The door bent inward. Then, crash. The drone burst in. Fast. Sharp. Deadly. It jumped straight at Alex. But the creature, his pet, leapt first. She hit the drone midair. Both of them rolled across the floor. Sparks flew. The drone stabbed with its metal legs. She bit into its wiring. It screeched. A horrible noise, and slammed her into the wall. Alex ran forward and swung the wrench with all his strength. Clang. The drone's leg flew off. He hit it again. And again. The drone sparked, glitched, twitched, then fell still. Smoke rose from its broken body. Alex fell to his knees, panting. The pet creature limped over to him, bleeding from her side. Alex hugged her gently. You saved me again, he whispered. She closed her eyes and rested her head against his shoulder. Later, he wrapped her wound with an old towel. Then he sat beside her, holding the crystal. I need answers, he said. What is this war? Why me? What's coming next? The crystal lit up once more. The memory archive is broken. Only one path remains now. You must find the gate. Only there can you awaken the full truth. Where's the gate? Buried under Earth's skin. Hidden long ago. Only the blood will reveal the way. Alex looked at his hand. Blood. The creature opened one eye. She raised a paw and touched his chest. Slowly, a glowing mark appeared under his shirt. A symbol. It looked like a circle with fire inside. The same mark he saw on the alien leader in the vision. You are his last command, the crystal said. Alex looked at the broken drone, at the bleeding pet, at the glowing map in the air, and for the first time, he believed it. This was real. The sun rose slow and red. The air was still. No birds, No sound. Only the smell of smoke and wet grass. Alex walked through the forest with the alien pet limping beside him. Her wound was healing, but she was slower now. She didn't complain. She just followed him, eyes sharp, ears always listening. They had left the garage behind before dawn. It wasn't safe anymore. The drone attack was just the beginning. Alex could feel it. Others were coming. He carried the crystal in a small pouch, tied to his chest. It glowed softly, like a heartbeat he could never forget. He stopped near a small river. The water was cold, clear. He bent down to drink, but the creature growled suddenly. He stood quickly. She was facing the trees, ears up, nose in the air. Alex turned slowly. A sound. Footsteps. Not many, just one. A shadow moved between the trees. Alex grabbed a thick branch. His heart beat fast. A figure stepped into the light. Alex's eyes went wide. It was a man. Tall. Strong. Same height as Alex. Same face as Alex. Same eyes. Same voice. Except, colder. Sharper. Dead. Hello, the copy said, smiling. Alex didn't answer. The creature growled louder, stepping between them. You look surprised, the copy said. You shouldn't be. You were built for this. I don't know who you are, Alex said. You will, the copy replied. When you're dead. The copy moved fast. Too fast. Alex tried to swing the branch, but it was already too late. The copy kicked him hard in the chest. He flew back, hit a tree, gasping for air. The creature jumped at the enemy. They clashed midair, claws and fists, growls and strikes. She fought like a true warrior, but the copy was brutal. He threw her to the ground. Alex struggled to stand. The copy raised his arm, and from his wrist, a blade shot out. It was glowing, made of pure blue light, just like in the memory, the same weapon Alex had seen himself using in that other life. The copy walked slowly toward him. You have the crystal, he said. Give it to me. Alex backed away. Why do you look like me? Because I was made from you, the copy answered. But better, stronger, perfect. You were the mistake. I didn't ask for this, Alex said. Exactly, the copy smiled. That's why you'll lose. The blade rose, but before it could fall, boom, the creature slammed into the copy from behind, biting into his shoulder. He screamed. Alex saw his chance. He grabbed a sharp rock and ran forward. With all his strength, he stabbed the rock into the copy's side. The enemy shouted in pain. The light blade flickered. Alex tackled him, and they both fell into the river. The water was cold. They fought under the surface, kicking, punching, choking. Alex broke the surface, gasping. The copy grabbed his neck. You're nothing, the copy hissed. Just a seed, left to rot. Alex reached for the crystal under his shirt. It lit up. The copy screamed, pulling away as if burned. The crystal's glow grew brighter, stronger. The water around them steamed. The copy crawled out of the river, eyes full of fear now. This isn't over, he said. Then he ran, vanished into the trees. Alex lay on the riverbank, shaking. The creature came beside him and licked his face. He laughed weakly. Thanks, he said. Again. She rested beside him, tired. He took out the crystal. It pulsed with warm light. Then it spoke again. That was a clone hunter, grown from your code, sent to erase you. There are more. Yes, many, but only one true heir. Alex looked at the scar on his arm, left by the blade. Why me? Because only your mind can unlock the gate. The clone has the body, but not the memory. Alex stood up slowly. The river flowed calmly now. He looked into the water. His reflection stared back, but all he could see was him, and the one who wanted to kill him. He wasn't just hunted now. He was being mirrored. Someone out there wore his face, but not his heart. As the sun climbed higher, Alex and the creature walked deeper into the woods. Behind them, the trees whispered secrets. Ahead, something waited. Not just answers, but the gate. And maybe a war. The mountains were old, silent, sharp like broken teeth. Alex stood at the base of a giant stone wall. Wind howled around him, cold and dry. Dust blew across his face. His alien companion stood beside him, quiet and alert. Her fur moved like smoke in the wind. The crystal in Alex's hand began to glow again, brighter than ever before. The map inside it had led them here, a place forgotten by time. Carved deep into the rock was a massive circular door. Symbols were etched across it, the same symbols he had seen in his visions. One of them matched the mark now glowing on his chest. He stepped forward. The crystal buzzed. "Blood of the Warlord detected," said the soft voice from within. "Trial gate opening." The door shook. Rocks fell from above. Slowly, the stone circle split open with a deep grinding sound. Dust poured from the crack. Behind it was darkness. Alex looked at the pet. She didn't move, but her eyes said one thing: "You must go alone." He nodded, then stepped into the dark. Inside, the air was dry and heavy. Old lights on the walls flickered to life as he walked. Strange blue fire burned in narrow glass tubes, showing him the way forward. The tunnel led him to a massive chamber. The ceiling was so high, it disappeared into shadows. In the middle of the chamber stood 3 doors, each marked with a glowing rune. The crystal buzzed again. "Welcome, heir of Vale. You must complete the 3 trials. 1 for mind, 1 for heart, 1 for will. Only then may you awaken the gate." Alex took a deep breath. He chose the first door. Trial of the mind. The room was silent, empty. Then, screens lit up all around him. Holograms, images, sounds. He saw Earth, his house, his past. He saw his mother crying when his father died. He saw his school, his failures, his fights. He saw a version of himself running away from everything. Then came voices. "You are weak. You've always run. You are not a leader." The images grew louder, faster, spinning around him. He fell to his knees, holding his head. But then, he heard another voice. Not from the room. From inside. "You didn't run today. You fought the clone. You're still standing." Alex stood up. The screens went black. He had passed. Trial of the heart. The second door led to a desert. Hot wind hit his face. He saw the creature, his alien companion, tied to a post, weak, crying in pain. Next to her stood a figure, the clone, holding a knife. "Give me the crystal," the clone said, "or she dies." Alex stepped forward. He knew it was not real. But the fear was. The pain was. He could feel her sorrow, her trust. He looked at the clone. "No," Alex said. "I'll give you something else." The clone laughed. "What?" And Alex dropped to his knees, placing the crystal on the sand. He closed his eyes. "If she dies, I won't need it." A second passed. Then the world broke like glass. The desert vanished. The clone vanished. Only silence remained. The crystal buzzed. Heart proven. Trial of will. The third door was the hardest. It led to a cliff. A narrow bridge hung across a deep canyon. Flames burned below. The wind screamed. On the other side stood a figure in golden armor. The Warlord. The one from Alex's vision. The alien general. He held a sword of light. "You wish to carry my name?" the figure asked. "Yes," Alex said. "Then you must die." The Warlord rushed forward. Alex had no weapon. He jumped, dodged, rolled. Every strike from the sword burned the air. Alex ran, climbed a broken wall, picked up a rusted blade. He fought back. Slash, block, fall, get up again. His arm bled. His ribs ached. But he never stopped moving. The Warlord knocked him down one last time. Alex lay on the stone, breathing hard. Then the voice came again. "You don't win by force. You win by rising." Alex stood, broken, shaking, bleeding. But he stood. The Warlord paused. Then slowly, he smiled and vanished into light. The trials were over. Alex walked back into the chamber. The crystal in his hand burned bright white now. The 3 doors crumbled into dust. In front of him, a hidden wall split open. Behind it, platform, with a chair. And in the center, a control panel glowing with the symbol on his chest. He stepped forward. The voice spoke one last time. You are no longer just human. You are now the keeper of flame. The gate will rise. The ground shook. Stone broke. Far above, on the mountain's peak, a tower began to rise. Old metal. Alien lights. Antennas pointing to the stars. The gate was awakening. Alex stepped out into the light. And somewhere in the sky, something heard him. The sky changed that night. No one saw it at first. No one on Earth knew that far above them, in the dark space between stars, machines were waking. Old ships, dead for 10,000 years, floating near the edge of the solar system, frozen and waiting, until now. The gate Alex had unlocked had sent a signal, a bright, burning message across the galaxy. And the sleeping armada, a fleet of ancient alien warships, heard it. Their red eyes opened. Engines roared to life. One by one, they turned facing Earth. Back on the mountain, Alex stood inside the tall alien tower. The air smelled like metal and fire. Strange symbols glowed along the walls. The crystal in his hand was hot now, its light spinning fast. The Warlord signal has been accepted, said the voice from the crystal. The army of the last flame is returning. Alex stared at the hologram map above him. It showed dozens of red lights moving through space. Ships, thousands of them, coming toward Earth. They think I'm their leader, Alex said. You carry the blood. You pass the trials. To them, you are the Warlord reborn. The pet creature sat quietly beside him. She was different now. Stronger, taller. Her body had started to change ever since the tower opened. Her eyes glowed gold instead of blue, and strange markings had appeared on her skin. Symbols that looked royal. Who are you really? Alex asked her. She looked up at him and placed her paw on his chest. The crystal lit up again, and this time, it showed her memory. A flash of the past. She was not always a pet. She was once a person. A princess. The daughter of Warlord Vale. But she was cursed. Punished by her father's enemies. Turned into a lesser creature. Bound to follow the heir when the time came. She had waited, hidden on Earth, for Alex. Alex took a step back, stunned. You're his daughter? He whispered. She nodded, and looked sad. My name, the voice inside the crystal translated for her, is Lyra. Outside the tower, lightning struck the mountain. Rain started to fall again. Alex looked at the sky. What happens when those ships get here? He asked. They will wait for your command, said the voice. But others may come first. Those who fear your rise. Alex clenched his fists. I didn't ask for any of this. I didn't want to lead an alien army. But only you can. The enemy already knows you live. They will attack Earth before your fleet arrives. Alex looked at Lyra. She nodded. Her eyes were serious now. He knew what he had to do. That night, all over Earth, strange things started happening. Satellites lost contact. Lights blinked across skies in different countries. Radars picked up unknown signals. And in secret military bases, alarms rang loud. At a hidden Earth defense station, General Reed stared at a giant screen. What are those dots? He asked. Unknown, replied the officer. They're moving fast, straight toward Earth. Reed narrowed his eyes. Are we under attack? We don't know yet, sir. Get me the president. Alex stood at the top of the tower. The rain soaked him, but he didn't care. He raised the crystal high. You must choose, the voice said. Stay silent, or call the armada fully to Earth. If I call them, there will be war, Alex said. If you don't, Earth may fall before they arrive. Alex looked at Lyra. She placed her head against his shoulder. He made his decision. He pressed the crystal to the tower's control panel. Far in space, the sleeping fleet heard him. Every ship lit up in bright golden fire. Their course adjusted. They moved faster, like hounds returning to their master. But Earth was not ready, and Alex knew it. He needed help. People wouldn't believe the truth. So he recorded a message, simple and clear, and sent it through every signal the tower could reach. My name is Alex. I'm human, but I carry something alien inside me. A war is coming. I did not start it, but I may be the only one who can stop it. If you hear this, don't run. Prepare. Stand with me. We only have days. Across the world, people heard the message. Some laughed. Some panicked. Some listened. But one man, deep inside a lab under the sea, stared at the screen and whispered, "He's real." Behind him, a hidden chamber opened, and inside it was another clone. Awake, watching, smiling. The race had begun, and the Armada was coming home. The alien fleet reached Earth's orbit just before dawn. From the ground, they looked like stars, small, silent dots in the sky, but in truth, they were warships. Massive, dark, shaped like knives, each carrying weapons older than Earth itself. They came in peace. But Earth did not trust peace. Missiles were aimed. Defenses locked. Satellites spun in panic. And in the middle of it all, Alex stood aboard the command ship, eyes wide, heart cold. The inside of the ship felt like a living thing. Its walls pulsed gently with light. The floor responded to his steps. The air smelled like thunder and dust. Lyra walked beside him. Her body had changed again. Less like an animal now, more upright. Her voice slowly returning. "You are their heir," she said softly. "But they remember a different master, and they may not forgive your kindness." Alex didn't answer. He felt it too, the eyes. Dozens of alien officers stood in the great hall, tall, armored, eyes glowing red, yellow, and blue, each one different, but all of them watching him. Waiting, a tall figure stepped forward, black armor, skin like lava rock. His voice was deep and sharp. "We answered the Warlord's call. But who stands before us now? A child? A soft thing?" Alex held up the crystal. Pulsed. The officers bowed slightly, but their faces stayed cold. "You carry the key," the tall one said. "But that does not make you our leader. The blood can be copied. The face can be grown. Show us the fire or step aside." Alex looked around. "This world is my home," he said. "I will not burn it." Murmurs broke out. "Then you are weak. The heir must conquer. The heir must destroy." Lyra stepped forward. "Enough," she said, her voice firm now. "You speak of fire, but forget who lit it. He passed the trials. He awakened the gate. He holds the living crystal. Do not doubt him because he shows mercy." The tall officer hissed. "And who speaks for him? A cursed creature? A pet?" Lyra raised her head. And in that moment, her body changed again. Her form straightened. Her voice deepened. Her eyes burned gold. "I am Lyra of House Vale, daughter of the Warlord. You will bow." The officers stepped back, stunned. Then slowly, they knelt. All except the tall one. He smiled instead, and said nothing. Later that night, Alex stood alone in the viewing room. Earth floated below, blue and green, spinning slowly in the dark. He wanted to cry. He wanted to run. But something inside him kept him standing. Then he heard a sound behind him. Footsteps. The tall officer walked in. "You were brave," he said. "Thanks," Alex replied. Then he felt it. Pain. Sharp. Sudden. The officer had stabbed him. In the neck. Alex fell to the floor. He gasped, reaching for the wound. Blood spilled across the alien metal. But the officer didn't run. He reached into Alex's jacket and pulled out the crystal. It screamed. The ship lights flickered. Alex looked up with blurry eyes. The officer's skin began to ripple. His voice changed. And his body became something else. Another clone. A perfect copy of Alex. He smiled. "They don't care who leads," he whispered. "They care about control." Alex tried to speak, but darkness pulled him down. Meanwhile, in the ship's engine core, Lyra stood with two guards. Suddenly, her eyes widened. Something was wrong. She ran through the ship. Her feet echoed down the halls. When she reached the viewing room, she froze. The floor was clean. Too clean. No blood. No scent. No Alex. The clone stood before the alien council. He wore Alex's face. His voice. His clothes. But he smiled too easily. Spoke too proudly. "The earth will kneel," he said, "and I will lead the fleet into fire once more." Some officers cheered, but one. Lyra watched silently from the shadows. Her heart said the truth. That man was not Alex. And somewhere, hidden, weak, maybe dying, the real heir was still alive. In a cold, dark chamber deep below the ship, Alex opened his eyes. He couldn't move. Metal cuffs locked his hands and feet. A machine hummed beside him. Tubes ran from his body into tanks of green light. The clone's voice played on a speaker. You don't need to lead, brother. You just need to live long enough for us to take what's in your blood. Alex closed his eyes again. But this time, he was not afraid. He was angry. And deep inside his mind, the Warlord's fire began to burn. Alex was dreaming, but the dream was made of fire. He stood on a battlefield of stars. Ships above him, dust and blood below. In the distance, two armies clashed. One full of red eyes and metal skin, the other flying the Warlord's banner. And standing at the center of it all was himself. But not the real him. The clone, wearing his face, leading his fleet, speaking lies. The dream melted. Pain returned. Alex woke up. His body was still tied, still drained, still trapped in the dark chamber under the ship. But something had changed. The fire inside him was awake. Above, the clone stood before the fleet's captains. He smiled as he pointed at Earth on the holomap. They are not ready, he said. One strike, one wave. They will kneel. The alien officers roared in agreement. Except Lyra. She watched with cold eyes. Still, quiet. She had followed this clone for days. And the more she watched, the more she knew. This is not the heir. This is not my friend. So she made her move. Deep in the ship, Lyra sneaked into the prison level. Guards tried to stop her. They didn't survive. Her body was no longer soft. Her form was sharp now. Alien, tall, glowing with the strength of her bloodline. She tore open the sealed chamber. Inside, she found Alex. Weak, pale, barely breathing. She dropped beside him and placed her hand over his chest. You're not done, she whispered. You still have one more command to give. The crystal in her pouch lit up. And Alex opened his eyes. Took time. Took pain. But Lyra carried him to the heart of the ship, the true core. Only the Warlord's heir could enter. And Alex was still the heir. The doors opened for him. Inside was a glowing seat. Ancient. Powerful. The throne of flame. The clone didn't know it existed. But the throne knew its real master. Alex stepped into the light. The entire ship shook. The clone, standing on the bridge, stumbled. What was that? One officer turned to him. There's movement in the core. Another said, a second signal. It matches yours. The clone's face twisted. He ran. Alex sat on the throne. The ship pulsed. Memories from the Warlord flooded his mind. Battles, betrayals, commands, death. The throne spoke inside his head. One command, heir. One final order. What will you choose? Alex looked at the screen before him. He could see Earth. He could see the clone's face, rushing toward him with a weapon. He could see Lyra standing beside him, silent and proud. He had three choices. Attack Earth, become the Warlord, and rule by fear. Destroy the fleet and protect Earth but lose everything. Surrender, and hope someone else would fix it. Alex looked down at his hands. He wasn't a warrior, not a king, but he was human, and he knew what was right. The clone burst into the core. And oh, he shouted. You can't. Alex spoke three words. Burn the bloodline. The crystal glowed white. The throne flashed red. The command echoed through every ship. Suddenly, across the sky, the entire alien armada began to blink. Lights flashing, engines roaring, systems shutting down. One by one, the ships shut down. Power lost. Weapons frozen. AI minds erased. The Warlord's line ended. Because the last heir had chosen to end it himself. To protect Earth. To break the war forever. The clone screamed in rage. He ran forward. Too late. The throne exploded with light, throwing him across the room. Alex fell from the seat. Lyra caught him. He smiled. It's done, he said. Yes, she replied. He looked at her one last time and whispered, "Thank you for finding me." The fleet above Earth turned to stone, dead, floating, silent, like a broken crown in the sky. The war was over. Weeks later, the world returned to normal. Governments told the people it was just a glitch in space. No one spoke of war. No one spoke of Alex. But in a quiet field, far from any city, a strange alien collar lay in the grass. And next to it, a small flower had grown.